Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Creative Business Mindset Podcast. I am your host, Jane Bellante, and I'm so glad you're here today. I love starting off Mondays in this way. Um, so, today we're diving into something that just might change the way you move through your business and honestly, through your entire life. So, what I'm talking about is what happens when you stop following the shoulds and start following your excitement. So, this episode is about effort versus ease, personality versus soul, and why speaking from the heart isn't just empowering, it's actually magnetic. So, let's get into it. Welcome to the Creative Business Mindset Podcast, the show where creativity meets strategy and mindset meets success. I'm Jane Bellante, artist, coach, and creative entrepreneur, here to help you break free from self-doubt, clear limiting beliefs, and build a business that aligns with who you truly are. Each week, we dive into the mindset shifts, visibility strategies, and creative breakthroughs that help you turn your passion into a thriving business without burnout, overthinking, or perfectionism holding you back. If you're ready to step into your power, create with confidence, and grow a business you love, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. What I want you to understand to begin with is, and I know that when I say this, you're going to say or understand, right? Pam's here, Michelle is here, Kim is here, Audrey's here, Jocelyn's here. Happy Monday, everybody. Thank you for being here. Okay, so following your excitement is effortless, right? It's always an effort to do something when you're not excited. So let me say that again. Following your excitement is effortless, and it's always an effort to do something when you're not excited. How does this land with you, right? Let's think about this. How many things in your business right now feel heavy? And if you're not here for business and it applies to both, how many things in your life right now feel heavy? So maybe it's launching something you're not aligned with or not launching something that you really want to launch. Maybe it's, some of the tasks that you're doing that you literally hate doing, but you still do them anyways. Showing up in a way that feels forced or inauthentic. Or how about putting out content just because somebody said you should or that you think you need to? Because if I don't post 4 times today, something's going to happen to my Facebook page or my Instagram, right? But it feels just so heavy and so hard and so forced. When we're dragging our energy through something that doesn't light us up, our nervous system knows. We feel icky. We get choked in our throat. For me, it's my stomach. Like some people feel it in their chest. Your body knows. And guess what? When you are coming from that sort of energy, the energy of fear or unworthiness or heavy, your audience knows too. And it takes a ton of effort to do these things because you're going against yourself. You're going against your own current. So, but the opposite is true as well. Kim says, I'm a little sad to say a lot doesn't feel exciting for some reason. Well, let's change that. Let's change that. Because when you follow what excites you, what genuinely lights you up inside, this is when your energy becomes magnetic. You aren't pushing anymore. You're actually pulled towards this. Excitement isn't like this cute emotion. Like, it is cute, but it's a signal from your actual soul. It's literally how your higher self guides you. So what if you trusted that? Like, what actually makes you excited? Because excitement is a path to success that doesn't require you to force what you should be doing. It just invites you to honor what you love and then show up as that. And this is where most creatives get tripped up. We lead our business from the personality. And this is the part that asks, like, what will the people think? What will they think of me? Um, the part that says, I can't post that. What if I sound too intense? What if people laugh at me? What if people don't like it? Even though you do, even though it feels aligned for you, right? We're questioning and questioning and questioning. Or the part that says, well, I'm not like her. I can't be successful. That's not for me. I'm never going to be able to do that. She's perfect. I'm not, right? That's the personality running the show, and it loves drama. It loves drama, loves to create drama over and over, and that keeps us in the loops of overthinking, perfectionism, and above all, comparison. But I want to let you know this, your soul, the very soul inside of you, it doesn't do drama. Your soul actually gives you solutions. It gives you nudges. It gives you clarity, inner knowing. That's that intuition that you hear me talk about all the time. It moves you through truth and not tactics. Truth, not tactics. What feels good, right? So the question is, are you running your business from the noise of your own personality-led drama or the wisdom of your soul-led solutions? Because if your soul had the mic, it would say this: let's be simple, let's be honest, let's be real, let's be ourselves, let's stop pretending, stop trying, stop forcing. But I'm trying, but I'm really trying, I'm trying, right? It just feels like force. It feels like, ugh, I just want to stop, but I'm trying, right? It feels hard. It feels hard. What if you just let it all go? And what if you began being? And we all have ideas that spark something deep, deep, deep inside of us. But before we even have a chance to let that excitement grow, this identity, this personality led drama kicks in. And, oh, this is never going to work. Or who am I to actually do this? Or what if no one signs up? What if no one buys my art? What if no one comes to my opening? What if no one likes me? Does this sound familiar? Tell me if this sounds familiar. If you are here live with me right now, tell me in the comments, does this sound familiar? Because what's happening is that your old self, your old patterns, your old memories, old wiring, they're trying to throw you off kilter. Because why? You've heard me say this a million times. You've heard it elsewhere. That is safety. That it's safety in the known. You already know this. This is what you live on a daily basis. Even though you hate it, your brain thinks it's safe. And so the idea that we get that gets us super excited, the vision that we have, that little nudge, the intuition, that's real. It's your idea and it's meant to be, but you have to let it land in your body. You have to kind of drop it from the head to the heart because your belly needs to feel it. Your energy needs to calibrate to it. Your job is not to talk yourself out of it. But that's what we do, right? Kim says, yes, mama. Are you telling my story? But see, I get it though. Like, I get it. Been there, done that. You know, a new level, new devil. I'm still learning about myself literally every day. You know, Audrey says, sounds very familiar, the what if. But it isn't safety, really. No, it's not. It's not. And it creates disease in your body, dis-ease. And the fact is that you can manifest it through your will. You don't need to wait for someone to tell you it's okay to build what you want to build. And we are searching for that external validation all the time. When will somebody validate me? When will somebody see me? When will somebody? When it's all in here. The question you should be asking is, when will I validate me? You don't need another certificate. You don't need another strategy to validate your path because you have the power of direct will. You can choose to stop thinking the thoughts. You can choose. Oh, but they keep coming back. Yeah, that's because they're a neural pathway. You can choose to interrupt them. You can choose deliberately. A few weeks ago, I talked about the law of deliberate creation. And remember, that law reminds us that we don't get what we want, we get what we are deliberately choosing. And even though you go, well, I wouldn't deliberately choose to feel like crap inside of my body, you are. It's the repetitive negative thought patterns that once you become aware of them, you can discredit them and choose something else. And yeah, it's hard though. I'm trying to do that. Right? But I'm trying. What if you just let go? What if you stopped hanging on so freaking tight to those repetitive negative thought patterns? To those things, those thoughts, they're trying to throw you off kilter because your dream isn't safe, even though it sounds amazing, right? It might be money. It might be, you know, the business that brings you the money. A lot of times it's just about money. Like, oh my God, I really want to create this business so that I have freedom. And creating a business means you want to get reciprocated for whatever it is that you're selling. And that means money in many cases. So again, the law of deliberate creation reminds us that we don't get what we want. We get what we're vibrating, not what we hope for. It's what we're choosing deliberately. And the fastest way to change your vibration is not through strategy. It's through honesty, expression, and letting go of the things that aren't you and reclaiming the things that are. There's nothing wrong with you. There isn't anything wrong with you. And you questioning that something is wrong with you is just another loop. It's just another loop. Well, something must be wrong with me. I can't do this, but I'm trying. Something must be wrong with me. I can't do this, but I'm trying. Right? It's a loop, continuous, over and over and over. And what does that loop do? It keeps you safe in the known. Well, something's wrong with me. And that always goes back to worth, self-worth. Something's wrong with me. I'm trying, but I can't do it. Something's wrong with me. I'm trying, but I can't do it. You aren't behind. You aren't broken. What if you invited yourself to dive into a new frequency? And this will require a new level of honesty. Michelle says, it is familiar, but fortunately it's becoming less so, even though it will probably always be there. Yeah. And it's becoming less so. Michelle is actually in a program called Next Level, and we're really, really with me, and we're really diving into the energetics, the frequency, and the discrediting of all the things that aren't real. And it is awareness. And what she just said is, even though it will probably always be there, that's awareness, right? We have a neural pathway. Those thoughts are repetitive in our brain. We can't have it surgically removed. It will always be there. But it is the commitment to this higher frequency, this higher level, this higher way of being that changes and begins to build a new thought pattern. And this is a thought pattern of, I am actually already worthy. Right? Hey, Tracy. I always send an email out, so you can just click the link from the email. That's a loop I need to break once and for all. And Kim, what am I going to ask you to change in that sentence? That's the loop I need to break once and for all. What am I going to ask you, Kim, to change in that sentence? Write the change. You know what it is. Write the change. Do it again. Say it again. Because honest expression is the actual root of all creativity. But being yourself in your business, it feels super vulnerable, right? But I want you to think about the people that you follow, the people that you admire, the people that you're comparing themselves to. Are they being themselves, or are they being fake? Because you're following them, admiring them, listening to them, loving their art, loving their coaching, whatever it is, because they are being real. And if you don't think it was vulnerable for them to step into it, you're entirely wrong. Choose to break. Yes, Kim. Yes, 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 yes. But the paradox is the more honest you are, the more creative you become. Because if we're busy performing this version of ourselves that we think it's acceptable, like other people will like it, and it's like fake, right? We're performing. We're actually blocking our own brilliance. And when we express our most authentic self, it enriches everything in your life, including your business. People buy your alignment. They see your alignment. They feel your alignment. They feel that you're real and that you're showing up as you. And that's a domino effect. It allows other people to show up as themselves too. They feel your energy. They recognize your truth. And they know when you're holding back or being fake. And they actually start to arrive more and more and more when you are speaking from the heart. And it can feel really scary to be seen. I understand that. Believe me, I understand that. But staying hidden is not going to make you feel safe. It only makes you feel lost and confused. And you have that anxiety, and your stomach feels yucky. Your throat is choking. Your chest is constricted. But when you allow yourself to speak from the heart, whether this is like in a post, an email, this could be your art, this could be your coaching, this could be, well, I've always wanted to start a podcast, I wanted to start a membership group. When you allow yourself to speak that, your intuition that you need to be there, speaking that, everything becomes magnetic. And it isn't because you're perfect, because again, you've heard me say this 7,000 times, what even is perfect? And it isn't because your strategy is flawless, like this is going to work this time, right? It's because you've aligned with your truth. And that energy is undeniable. You actually feel it. You feel it. So I want to remind you of these 5 things. You are allowed to follow what excites you. You are allowed to lead from your soul. You're allowed to let your body guide your next steps. And guess what? Your emotions are never wrong. You aren't wrong. You aren't broken, right? You are allowed to manifest what you want by deliberately choosing it above all else. What do you want? Continue to choose that. Continue to choose that. And you're allowed to express yourself honestly and be supported because of it, not in spite of it. Does that make sense? Oh, I'm glad, Tracy. Yeah, odd that it didn't work. If you didn't have Facebook open, that could be why. Um, you don't need to do more. You just need to be more of you. And when you choose your identity on purpose, like you're deliberately choosing it, this is who I am. And this is who I choose to show up as. When you trust your excitement, when you stop overthinking and start honoring your instincts, everything changes. Everything. And I'm really excited because I actually have a whole branding change. Like I have, so all of these things that I wanted to get out before I went to speak at Royce's retreat. I have a whole new website and a whole new free program that I'm putting out. That again, I wanted to get it out 2 weeks ago, right? But then the day before I was going to get everything done, all aligned, recorded, whatever, my dog died. And like, so of course I'm not going to record this big, beautiful free program with the energy of my dog just died, right? Because it's not going to land. And so I gave myself grace. I didn't do it. I went to Royce's retreat, was just totally filled up with just beautiful possibility. Came home last week, was, felt pretty behind after the retreat. I'm exhausted, all the things. Exhausted in a really good way, though. Um, And so I have this brand new free program that I'm really excited about. And I'm actually launching, you guys are the only one that know. Um, I'm launching a brand new, really low level membership group around my four pillars. And so I'm going to have that out tomorrow. And I'm really, really, really excited about it. And this is deliberate creation, but it's also giving yourself grace when your strategy isn't working, right? Like life will life at you. And you have to honor that. And you have to honor the pauses. And I want to just say, like, don't put things out when you are in massively low energy because your audience will feel that and it won't be aligned. So I have this brand new program. It's free. It's called Scene. It's coming out tomorrow. I'm really, really excited about it. And that I am launching a beta version of my brand new membership group. And this is just sort of an entry point because I know that there's a barrier. Some people can't join Ignite because it starts at $597. And I know that's a barrier for some people. So this new membership group is going to be $33 a month. So I'm really excited for it. I'm excited for people to take Scene because, even if you're already in my programs, if you're in Ignite, in my mastermind, in Next Level, I encourage you to take Scene just because it's so good at aligning you with your identity. So that's going to be out tomorrow. So I am super excited about that. And again, it's like when you're choosing your identity on purpose, when you trust your excitement, when you stop overthinking, when you start honoring your instincts, when you drop all of those things that make us feel unworthy. It makes us feel yucky on the inside. It's that repetitive loop. When you deliberately choose to drop it, everything changes. Everything. You become magnetic. Your frequency is way up here, and that's what you're putting out, and that's what you're getting back. Instead of this, like, sometimes it's here, sometimes it's here, sometimes it's here, sometimes it's here, right? So, if this episode resonated with you, please share it. Invite people that you know to come in and be here live with me. They can always listen to the replay on Apple, Spotify, or watch it on YouTube. But I really feel like being live is the thing because this starts off our week. And it's so good to be in a group of people that are on the same wavelength as you, that really, really want to create a beautiful, easy life for themselves and a beautiful, easy business for themselves, right? And always remembering that you are 100% possible 100% of the time. So thanks, Pam. Thank you, Michelle. I'm excited too. I think it's really going to be cool. Yeah, I'm just really excited about it. So thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday, and I will see you right here. Don't forget on Wednesdays, another episode of the Creative Business Mindset podcast comes out, Apple, Spotify, or YouTube, and I'll see you next week, Monday.